Welcome to Crafty Concepts with Erin. I'm Erin and I'm here today with the creative design team featuring our March Easter projects collaboration. Hey guys, I have a fun scrapbook layout for you today featuring this Daisy Meadows collection from Close to My Heart. This is a very pretty collection. As you can see, it definitely has an Easter vibe to it, but it could be very springtime as well. So this is from the current March and April catalog. I'm going to give you a look at all the gorgeous goodies that come with this collection. So that is an awesome layout. And then you can see the paper pack. There's Picture My Life cards. We have enamel dots. There's even a Cricut collection that comes along with this. And here's some stamp sets that are kind of featured with this collection. You may have seen a previous video where I made some cards with this stamp set here. There's even a workshop where you can make 3 double-page layouts, and it even includes that floral cut file. And how cute are those little peeps? I love them. So with this collection, I couldn't help myself. I got the workshop, I got the paper pack, I got the Picture My Life cards, I got all the things. So let me give you a closer look at this sticker sheet, and there's bunnies and titles and lots of florals and those pretty Easter eggs. I have a couple photographs. This is from a few Easters ago. This is my mom helping me decorate and set the table. We had an Easter tea party one year, and it was just really fun. I'm going to be working on my VersaMat here, and I'm starting with this sheet of peacock cardstock. And I also have some white daisy that I've trimmed down, so I have a 1/4 of an inch margin all the way around. It's kind of hard to see on the black there, but you can see the margin. So I know I want my photos oriented kind of like this, and I'm just thumbing through to see which of these papers I would like to incorporate on today's layout. I think I want to save the really Eastery ones for the pictures of my kids where they're actually hunting eggs. So this is pretty and I like that, but let's try this one. And I think, ooh, the pictures stand out the best on that striped peacock pattern paper. So I think I'm going to use that one. I've trimmed this down to 8 inches wide. And now I want to put a dovetail in the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up on my VersaMat. You can see there's the ruler across the bottom there. And this way I can cut up from the 4, and that's going to give me dead center. So I could just cut up from each corner to get my dovetailed edge here. Working on the VersaMat is super helpful because you have those measuring lines all the way around. So when you're trying to get your paper straight or line them up, make sure you have even margins. It's a really helpful tool. And I'm sure you guys have seen me flip it over to stamp on the other side too, because there's a nice foam mat. So I'm going to place my pictures here so they're slightly hanging over, and I want to add a little inking. I'm going to bring in my peach ink and a blending brush. Yes, I know it's purple, but I don't have a peach one, so we're going to use this one for now. And I'm going to scoot this to the side and just apply a soft kind of just shading of this peach ink here. This is going to kind of catch the edge of my photo, so to speak. So one thing about these blending brushes is it does go on very lightly, which is good if you want a soft look. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get a deeper color rather than using like the blending foam. So I've sped this up quite a bit, and I'm just placing the ink. It looks really random and strange the way I have it now, but it'll all come together. So just bear with me. I got this idea from one of the layouts in the catalog featuring the Daisy Meadows, and I thought it looked really pretty. So when I place my paper back in and situate my photos, you can see it just kind of borders the photos and helps draw your eye to that area. So I have a couple strips of the patterned plaid paper here, and I want those kind of peeking out the side just a little bit, and I'm going to cut the ends so it looks like a whole nother layer behind this peacock piece here front and center. So rather than waste a whole piece of paper, we'll just use these tiny strips to border either side. And I'm using liquid glue so that I have time to make sure that these are straight on my layout. So I have my T-square ruler, and again, I'm just using those grid marks on the top of my VersaMat and going to run this right down my ruler, just like so. Perfect. And then I'll go ahead and repeat that on the other side here. So since we have the big backyard of the family, everybody comes to us for Easter. And the year that I took these photos, I just kind of had it in my head I wanted to do like an English tea party. So my mom got really excited and wanted to help, and she went around to different antique stores to find teacups, and we ended up with this really eclectic collection of antique teacups that were so pretty. We had all sorts of foods that you would see at a tea party, or that I think would be at a tea party, like just little egg salad sandwiches and scones and quiches and all sorts of stuff like that. And it was so pretty and just really fun. You're never too old for a tea party, right? Of course, I have one son that's not a big fan of tea, so he just drank lemonade from his teacup, and that was fine. So I have the sticker sheet, and I took my anti-static powder pouch here and just went over and removed the adhesive from the back of the stickers so I can use them like die cuts. There's this really big floral piece, and I thought that would look good front and center. And now I'm going to add additional pieces to create this floral shelf for my photos to sit on. It's going to be like a big swag of flowers across the lower portion of the page here. I'm not really worried about using all the stickers on this first layout because I have the stamp set and I can make as many of these embellishments as I need. So you can see we have the green on the right in the middle, so I want to add this green leaf all the way over to the left to carry that color over. And I want to use this little bunny because I do want to add some Easter embellishments, and I think he looks cute right up top there. So I've tucked the basket behind and I put the bunny in on top of my photo, and I really like that layering effect. I'm going to sandwich these little eggs right in between there. With this Daisy Meadows scrapbooking stamp, I have some leftover flowers from some card projects I did. So these are embossed with white embossing powder on peach cardstock. And so I want to carry that color over to the opposite side. So I think that looks a lot more balanced. And now we have this word Easter from the coordinating sticker sheet. And the original title says Easter Wishes, but I'm just using the word Easter. I typed my journaling up on my computer, and I do print it directly on the White Daisy cardstock. And for this one, I just use my photo printer. You can change that to regular paper and run like a 4x6 card through and get your journaling that way. And then I just cut it into strips. So I think this looks good, kind of staggered like that. And of course, I want to add some of these enamel dots here. So I like that we have graduated sizes and all the different colors. At first, I thought I would just use the glacier colored enamel gems, and I'm placing them around the outside edges of my swag here. But then I decided maybe I want some more color. So I picked a few of them up, and I am bringing in the yellow and the peach as well. So I think I got a little carried away, but you know, I like the enamel dots, and I think it is an easy way to add some texture to your page, and they look good. So hey, why not, right? I definitely have quite a few projects planned for this paper pack, and I love the way this turned out with all those layered flowers and that soft peach ink kind of radiating out from behind the photo. You can check out the still shots over on my Instagram and Facebook page. You can find the links for those listed below. Be sure to check back in tomorrow because I know Lisa is going to have an amazing project to share. If you haven't seen Jamina's video, you're going to want to check that out too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.